with flowers, and so with that I do events and weddings, any kind of party that people are doing. Baby showers now, people get a lot of flowers for that. And also I make concrete pots and I plant succulents in them, or if people want something else specific, I do that. And terrariums, they're my main ones, and I obviously like the element of putting glass and concrete together and getting that contrast. So a couple of years ago I had a baby, and before that I'd been working in stage management and theatre for about 7 or 8 years. But when I had Siofra, it changed my outlook on theatre, and the hours were very, very difficult to keep up with when I had her. So I decided to think about what elements did I really love doing, and I really love flowers. And I decided to go off and learn how to put flowers together and learn floristry. And that's kind of, it all started spiraling on from there. Really, really enjoyed it, and just kept on learning and kept on progressing in my knowledge of it. I actually think that going into floristry, even aside from terrariums and concrete pots, that's really sculptural. And I think it's really important to have that kind of visual element to them, and realize that as well, that when you're putting them together you are forming a sculpture of something. And it was the same with making concrete. The freedom that you get when you're doing this in so many ways, the flexibility of your hours, because you're the person who's actually instigating all of that. I really enjoy the creative element of it and the freedom of being able to do work, and I actually can do this work with my daughter around because she really enjoys getting in there with me and doing it as well. I think the thing about terrariums is that they've got something magical about them because they're sitting in a glass. I think there's something about that that's so different for people. They're in their own little environment. The idea of people having a little woodland, you know, trees and succulents growing, and then adding in their little animals or their little people into it. It is like a little fairy story happening in their own house, and they're the ones that are keeping it going. And kids love them. Kids love the idea of looking after something, especially when they reach a certain age. It's something that is long-lasting, and there's something really rewarding about seeing, you know, your plant grow and get little spurts of babies coming out as well, and, you know, having to replant that. And it's just an ongoing thing of life, and I really, really like that element. And it's the same with flowers. Any gigs that I do with flowers, I always give the people a bucket. So at the end, when I come back to take the bowls that they've used, they just put all their flowers into the bucket and they can bring them home. I think that flowers really bring out so many different things in people, and it is very sensory. You know, you can smell them, you can see them, you can feel them. I think the thing is, when you're doing an event and people walk into the room, immediately there's the smell, and I always think they uplift everyone. You know, flowers are naturally beautiful colours, so they immediately brighten up the room, they immediately make people feel good. You feel so satisfied with yourself when you've made a posy. Even now still I could put a little posy together and I still feel like, I achieved that. There's just something so satisfying about putting flowers together and you looking at it and you actually think that that looks really good. And like I said, that comes back to art form, and that's basically you saying, I made this, this is a piece of art, this is something that I can bring home and enjoy because I put it together. I think when you're running your own business, you do need to allocate time for social media. That's the biggest thing I've found. You know, I've got a website set up. I'm really lucky. I've had a very talented friend do that for me. I think that's the other thing, is being very, very clever with your logo, making sure that, you know, you've got your business cards and everything. But you need to put yourself out there as well. You know, you need to contact people too, and you need to let them know that you are a florist and this is what you do. I think the most exciting one so far was my pop-up shop for Mother's Day weekend. That was, I didn't know how it was going to go. It was the first time I ever did it, but I think the sense of euphoria was really high as well, because I did sell out of flowers, and that was a really great feeling at the end of the day. And I really liked the idea of doing it as a vendor, so it really brought back those memories of when I was living in Dublin, and we still have street vendors selling flowers all across Dublin City. And There was a lovely feeling of being home when I was doing it. You know, I love what I do, but I also get really nervous. You know, if people ask me to do something for them, I get nervous. I really want them to enjoy it. You know, I have an order this week that I'm doing for somebody, and they wanted their specific colours, and I'm still making it going, God, I really hope that they enjoy this when they get it. And I do want people to feel like if they have any questions about how to keep it going, that they can contact me, and I'll answer the questions and I'll help them out as much as I can, because I want them to get that long life that they should be getting from it. And it's the same with flowers. You know, they don't last as long, but I still want people to feel really elated when they get them. Yeah.